Olivia Ray is in Greensboro, North Carolina, as Xavier and UK prepare for their first rounds of games. Olivia?
Ashley, the final practice is in the books here in Greensboro. Xavier took this floor behind me and spent about 40 minutes getting set to tip off their tournament play tomorrow, coming up at noon. Now, on paper, this is the 3 seed versus the 14 seeded Kennesaw State. It is David versus Goliath. However, this matchup is actually really intriguing between a pair of teams that like to push the pace. In fact, they take pride in it. Now, the Owls are a high ball pressure team that force an average of 14.5 turnovers per game. They play with 4 guards pretty much at all time and are physical out of the Atlantic Sun Conference. Now, Xavier boasts one of the best backcourts in college basketball with Sule Boom, Colby Jones, and Adam Kunkel. I spoke with the Muskies earlier today about the style of play that they expect tomorrow afternoon, and buckle up because this one might be a track meet.
We're going to try to make it a track meet because that's what we do. That's what we pride ourselves on, playing with pace and getting out there and running. But I expect them to come out and be scrappy, play hard, being at a mid-major level. Me personally, I've been there myself before, so I know what it's like being a mid-major, playing against a high-major team. So I know they're going to come out and play hard.
Like some of the teams in the Big East, they really force turnovers. They disrupt. So we have to be ready to play really good offense. And I think taking care of the ball against their pressure might be the biggest key for us.
Keys to the game there, taking care of the basketball. I think that applies to every game in this NCAA tournament. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but Xavier kept it pretty loose at practice today for the 40 minutes they were on the court. I actually spotted transfers, Sule Boom, Adam Kunkel, and Jack Nungy all dancing to Party in the USA when it came on the playlist here in Greensboro. So they're excited for their NCAA tournament debut. It is a first, actually, for Sule Boom, and he was giddy in that locker room today, if you couldn't tell from that sound.
Olivia Ray is leading the way for us on our local teams now competing down in Greensboro, North Carolina. She talked with some of the players after the exciting finish with Xavier today. Hi there, Olivia.
Hi, Cherie. We sleep in May because we have some more basketball to get to here. Both X and Kentucky are on to the round of 32 after a pair of close games here in Greensboro. Now, for Kentucky, they clawed out an 8-point win over Providence, advancing on to the second round after last year's first round upset. For Xavier, it took a second half rally to overcome Kennesaw State. And actually the narrative for both teams was pretty similar today. Both struggled offensively, but both the Muskies and Cats held it down defensively to overcome some of that poor shooting tonight.
We did a lot better defensively than we did in the past, and that's really what jolted us. I think in the second half we shot like 25%. We still won the game, so that just shows how much effort we put into this game.
Sometimes we didn't defend to our capabilities, but I mean, that's what kind of won us the game. We got stops, and we got stops when they mattered the most, and that's why we still here, and that's why we still standing.
A pair of very happy locker rooms that we got to enjoy after both of those games. Again, we've been here all day long taking in all of the games. We do know that X will play Pitt on Sunday. Kentucky will get the winner of K-State or Montana State. That one is still just at halftime in the arena right behind me, so we will check in a little bit later in sports to let you know who the Wildcats will play on Sunday. We don't know when those games will tip off. All we know is that we will be here and we will have you covered all weekend long on WLWT. For now, reporting live from Greensboro, I'm Olivia Ray, WLWT News 5 Sports.
All right, Olivia.
Here in Cincinnati, all the way to Greensboro, North Carolina. Let's send things to WLWT News 5's Olivia Ray, who is at the Greensboro Coliseum for the big moments.
The road to the Final Four runs through Kansas City for Xavier as they march past Pitt here in the second round. Now, since I can't physically take you inside that victory locker room from earlier this afternoon, let me paint the picture for you with just one word: drenched. Water dripping from the ceiling tiles, from the whiteboards, paired with lots of smiles because X is dancing on, and with one of the top offenses in the country, that showed up today. Jack Nungy feasted with a game-high 18 points, and Xavier did work in the paint and on the defensive end. Then they celebrated their first taste of a Sweet 16 by showering their head coach, Sean Miller.
everybody was lit, I'm going to say. Everybody was crazy, everybody going crazy. We was happy. Ain't nobody been this far.
And it was just a lot of joy. I mean, everyone at least had 2 water bottles, and then we came in, splashed them. We all just got lit.
It was awesome. Yeah, they got me good, but I'll take it. That means a lot of great things just happened, and thrilled for our players, thrilled for Xavier.
Yes, Sean Miller got a water bath as he walked into that victory locker room. Of course, this is now his 8th Sweet 16 berth. He had a couple here at Xavier before and now gets another in his first year back as Xavier's head coach. This one means a ton to him, and it means a ton to a lot of the players because this is actually all of their first Sweet 16 appearance too. And Xavier is now Kansas City bound. They will play the number 2 seed in Texas coming up on Friday. We will have much more ahead in sports on the Muskies' massive win here in the round of 32. For now, reporting from Greensboro, I'm Olivia Ray, WLWT News 5 Sports.
Xavier winning it by the final of 84-73. Olivia Ray is in Greensboro, where today's game was played. She joins us live with the fired-up Musketeers after today's big win. Olivia?
George X is dancing their way to Kansas City after downing Pitt today. Head coach Sean Miller told us earlier this week that his team was lucky to see another game after their performance on Friday. In fact, he actually told us that he called his team soft earlier this week for how they played. He did not need that type of speech today, as X led by double digits at the break, as many as 20 in the second half, and saw 6 players finish in double digits today to give them an 11-point win over Pitt. Now, Xavier is Sweet 16 bound, and this one tastes pretty sweet to Sean Miller, who saw his squad get past his alma mater.
I don't want to call them soft, so yeah, it's much easier. Yeah, for sure. No, we're not perfect, but we really work together collectively to be better. And when you have talent and you work like that, good things can happen. And they've certainly happened for our team here lately.
It just shows you how great of a team we are. We can score inside, outside. We have good guards. We have good bigs. Crazy, man. It's a dream come true. I still can't believe it. I'm just lost for words right now.
I mean, we're not done yet, though. We're not satisfied. We want to keep advancing. But, yeah, it's definitely a surreal moment for a lot of us, yeah.
Surreal, especially for head coach Sean Miller. As George mentioned, it was exactly 365 days ago that he was rehired by Xavier to return here to Cincinnati. And just a year in the books, he has Xavier back in the Sweet 16. This is the 3rd straight Sweet 16 appearance under head coach Sean Miller. Now, let's take a look at Kentucky's score, because that locker room felt much different just moments ago. The Cats' run ends here in the round of 32 at the hands of K-State. Final score 75-69. Jacob Toppin and Antonio Reeves combined just 2 for 22 from the field today. Toppin was emotional post-game, but spoke with us, trying to sum up how the end of his senior season felt.
At the end of the day, we got to make shots to win games, and I didn't make shots. Other guys were struggling tonight, so at the end of the day, like I said before, we just got to live with it.
Kentucky finishes their season at 22-12, but X rolls on, and we will have you covered all week long on Channel 5. For now, though, that does it here from North Carolina. Reporting from Greensboro Coliseum, I'm Olivia Ray, WLWT News 5 Sports. On the eve of X's round of 32 appearance, the Musketeers took this practice floor behind me for a closed session. However, Xavier guard Sule Boom gave me an idea of what went down earlier today. He said he put up a ton of shots, too many to count, in fact, after Xavier went just 2 for 12 from three-point range on Friday's first-round win. Now, Xavier actually owns the best three-point shooting percentage in the nation, and they will need just that to get past Pitt, whose offense revolves around the perimeter.
I know we're going to be more comfortable, more settled, and I know we're going to play more free and more confident. So when we get out there tomorrow, we're going to do everything that we possibly can to get to that next round. It's the Sweet 16.
I think it just showed how fragile the season could be. Like, we lost that, the season's over with. We know we can't come out like we did.
They shoot a lot of threes. They make a lot of threes. They're a hard-playing team. They got some height to them. They got a couple 7-footers. So it's going to be a dogfight.
A Sweet 16 berth on the line for both Xavier and Kentucky. The Musketeers will actually lead things off tomorrow at 12:10. 5-point favorites over Pitt on Sunday. The Cats are up next. They face Kansas State, that one tipping off around 2:40, and we will have you covered all day long right here on WLWT. For now, reporting from Greensboro, I'm Olivia Ray, WLWT News 5 Sports.